my client's film was shown at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. And it won best feature. What's that? It should be in prime
Yeah.
press. Should be on Friday, Saturday, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something like that. But anyway, all I'm saying is that your scenario that you laid out, you make a short. You get it into film festivals, you get accolades, that's all fine, but it's not going to help you get to your feature film. And there are exceptions. I became friends with the guys who made The Last Black Man in San Francisco, which they made as a short. It got into Sundance. They leveraged their relationship that they had already built with Barry Jenkins, who they had met while he was in San Francisco making his first film, Medicine for Melancholy, by the way, a $13,000 movie that got into Sundance. And they became mentees of Barry Jenkins, right? So they get their film, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, into Sundance, and Barry Jenkins introduced them to A24, who ended up producing their film. Came in the next year, $1.5 million movie. That is a very rare scenario. It does happen. It does happen. But
not frequently.
Very rare, and again, we're talking about, somebody who got their short into Sundance. We're talking about Barry Jenkins, who's a genius. As soon as he opens his mouth, you're like, okay, that's a genius. Everybody knows that we're talking to a genius. He made a film for $13,000 that got into Sundance. Right? So that's a very rare scenario, and it's wonderful if those things happen to you and you get your film into Sundance and all those things. I have a different way of doing it, which is...
Well, I mean, there's,
short
that's a beautiful...
Or not short, let's raise some money, let's make a movie.
Yeah, that's a Cinderella story. But I mean, the problem is there's only one slipper, right? There's not a bunch of slippers out there. There's a couple slippers. So, no, that is very good. That's a clip. That's absolutely a clip, because I've heard a lot of people talk about this, but I've never heard them put it the way you just did. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that film festivals are they're not interested in that part of the filmmaking process or growing your career. And I know that, but that's wild to hear it. That, like, I knew it, you know what I mean? Like, I knew it, but I hadn't really thought about it that way.
I've been yelled at for saying what I just said, but the fact is that the only film festivals where people make deals are the markets: Sundance, Toronto, Cannes, Rotterdam, Berlinale. They're markets. So we call them film festivals, but they're markets. If you go to Sundance, there's a market happening. All the distribution companies are there. All the films that are in competition are all looking to get distribution at the festival. The same thing for Cannes, the same thing for Toronto. Toronto just started yesterday, I think. And they're talking about, people wanting to sell their film at Toronto. And we're talking big films with A-list actors. They get their deal at Toronto, But...
So they get the deal before Toronto and announce it at Toronto.
And announce it. Exactly. But those are the markets. So this whole idea that I'm going to make a short and I'm going to get it into a festival and I'm going to win all these awards and that's going to lead to... No.
I don't know if it's back here somewhere. I'm an award-winning. You're
not gonna use that scythe on me, are you?
Oh no, ma'am, that Capesh will not come out. But there's an award back there for a music video. And realistically, and this is pure hubris, but I kept hearing everyone say award-winning filmmaker on their resumes or whatever. So I started looking up the film festivals that people had won the awards in, and I'm like, these aren't highly competitive competitions. So then I was like, great, I'm going to be an award-winning filmmaker. Right. So I made a rap song about fashion, and it's ridiculous. And then I threw it in a bunch of festivals, and we won awards. And that's how I became an award-winning filmmaker. Right. And it's exactly as you said. There was no one knocking on my door. Nobody came and handed me a check. I don't even think I won. I didn't win anything. I got like an
You want
award,
an
but
award?
yeah,
I'm
but I
an
didn't get like a
award-winning filmmaker too. I've got a few of
right.
them.
But
So,
I didn't
I
even get like
tell my clients to never say I'm an award-winning filmmaker
oh, interesting. So tell us why.
because it has no value.
ooh,
So once you start saying to everybody I'm an award-winning filmmaker
yeah.
and it has zero value, then you're devaluing yourself as far as I'm concerned. I've never been asked to explain why
Mm.
I say that. But, for me, I just posted one of my clients just won like 4 awards at a film
Yeah.
festival, and I just posted. I'm like, congratulations,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But to me, the bottom line that I want for my clients is that they get distribution.
Mhm.